What's on, guys? Jason here, back to my channel, and tonight I'll be doing a review for Aew Dynamite and all that stuff. So let's go ahead and get to it then. Um, as always, the intro starts and all that stuff. The pyro starts. So everybody at Skyward welcome us to the show and all that stuff. And first match will be Blackpool Combat Club versus FTR. After that, Wild Thing plays as the Dapper Yapper Justin Roberts is in the ring, introducing the team of John Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli from the Blackpool Combat Club. The duo made their custom ring entrance through the crowd for our opening contest. They sell in the square circle, and their music dies down. The Midnight Express sounding entrance tune for FTR plays, and out comes the team of Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler to a loud FTR chant from the Tulsa crowd. The bell sounds, and we're this one kicking things off for the respective teams are Mox and Wheeler. We see Wheeler get Mox down early, and he begins working him over. Both guys tag out. Claudio Castagnoli and Dax go at it for a moment or two, and then Mox and Cash end up back in there. Mox loses his cool and regroups at ringside. Back in the ring, Cash and John smash heads over and over again before trading shots back and forth in the center of the ring. Of the ring. The action spills out to the floor. Again, when Mox is sent head first into the ring steps back in the ring. FTR double teams Mox in the corner until he slumps down. We see Castagnoli eventually get the tag, and the BCC start to take over. They keep Harwood isolated in the ring for a lengthy period of time while utilizing frequent tags themselves to keep a fresh man on him at all times. We head to a mid-match commercial break as they continue to punish Dax. When we return from the break, we see Dax still being kept in the ring and punished as FTR finally start to fight back and the crowd comes alive. All the air in the building is zapped as the bell starts sounding out of nowhere. Justin Roberts announced, "We have reached a time limit draw." The two teams keep brawling as fans chant 5 more minutes. Security and wrestlers run out to break it up. Time limit draw, so nobody won. Alright, Orange Cassidy versus Mike Bennett. We see Renee Paquette backstage catching up with Orange Cassidy. She makes a big deal about how busy he has been with title defenses of the AEW International Championship at Rev Pro and multiple shows coming up all over the globe. We're told he's medically medically cleared, but just barely. He says as long as he's wrestling and walks off. We head to another break. When we return, Alex Marvez is backstage with FTR, who claimed if they had a few more seconds, they would have defeated the BCC tonight. Harwood says BCC thinks they run the place and everyone bows down to them. He says they don't bow down to anyone and suggests a fight for them at AEW Revolution. Mox and Claudio come up as security holds them back. Back inside the arena, the theme for Orange Cassidy hits, and out comes the AEW International Champion to fill in for Trent Beretta, who is not medically clear for this one-on-one showdown against Mike Bennett of the Undisputed Kingdom. The Undisputed Kingdom's theme hits, and out comes Bennett, accompanied by Tavin. As the two make their way down the ramp, Cassidy exits the ring and charges up after them. He launches at them with an orange punch, but Bennett moves so Taven is knocked out. Knocked out. Cassidy gets him in the ring and goes to work on him with the kicks in the corner. As the bell sounds to get this one for sure running. After some more back and forth action, we see Cassidy nearly finish this one off when out nowhere, Roderick Strong of the Undisputed makes his way out. The distraction allowed Bennett to sneak in the blatant or whatever low blow and big pile driver for a close near fall. After Cassidy kicks out, we head to a mid-match commercial break as the match continues. As we settle back in the ring and back in from the break, we see Bennett is still taking it to Cassidy, who ends up countering a big move with his beach break semi finisher for the pinfall victory. After the match, the Undisputed Kingdom hits the ring to beat Cassidy down. Jake Hager's theme hits, and he runs down with sunglasses of his own on to clean house of the Undisputed Kingdom Kingdom guys, making the save for Cassidy. Roger Strong versus Jake Hager is announced for Rampage. So the winner is Orange Cassidy. Ric Flair. We had backstage where Angelo Parker and Ruby Soho get ready to go on their date. They head off together as a car pulls up. We see fancy shoes pop up. The camera pans up, and we see it. It is, in fact, the Nature Boy himself, Ric Flair, walks towards the building as we head to another commercial break. When we return, we see Ric Flair is still walking. Renee Paquette stops him for a quick word. He mentions having options as he approaches the locker room of AEW EVPs, the Young Bucks, Matthew, and Nicholas Jackson. The three head into the office for a meeting together, apparently. Alright, now we have a segment and all that stuff with Daniel Garcia. Now we head back inside the Bach Center where Tony Schiavone is standing, where he introduces his guests as this time Dan Garcia makes his way to the ring to a decent reaction. Schiavone mentions his match with Adam Copeland and how Copeland was attacked and can't challenge for the TNT Championship as scheduled. As a result, Schiavone informs Garcia that he will be the one challenging Christian Cage for the TNT title at AEW Revolution. The fans chant, "You deserve it." He thanks them for that because he says sometimes he doesn't feel he does, but right now he feels he truly does. Uh, Christian Cage's theme hits, and out he comes, telling the fans to shut up while he conducts his business. He tells Garcia he isn't ready for a shot at at his title, so he doesn't think it should happen at AEW Revolution. He says he likes his dance moves and uh, gyrations as much as the next guy. Cage goes on to bring up Garcia as not having a great childhood. He brings up Jackie Garcia and David Garcia. He mentions David being his father. He says his father is dead. He says his father was a piece of crap and a loser. He says he can be his father. Garcia challenges him to come down so he can bury him right next to his dad, to his father. Nick Wayne looks at Cage, who nods. Nick takes his jacket off and walks to the ring in a t-shirt that reads, "Christian Cage is my father." Okay. He heads to the ring, but Garcia takes him out as Killswitch goes to help. Then Magic Matt Menard runs out with the chair and blasts him with it. The patriarchy back off as Garcia's theme plays. Alright, next match is Thomas Tony Storm for. Thomas Tony Storm versus Sydney Wino. Alright, backstage, Renee Paquette is standing with the fired up Hangman Page and a very cool and calm hook and Rob Van Dam. He tries firing thing up as well of their main trio main event tonight. Hold on, guys. Um, already choose the main event tonight. Okay, back inside the arena, to the theme hits for Thomas Tony Storm, and out comes the AEW Women's World Champion, accompanied by Luther the Butler and Maria May, already in the ring. Her opponent, local Tulsa wrestler Sydney Wino. The bell sounds, and we're for sure run this one. Storm goes to work on her immediately. Within a minute, she gets a submission win. So the winner is Tony Storm. Alright, next one we go right away after that match is Deonna Purrazzo versus Madison Rayne. Storm is celebrating her win. Her music cuts off, and the theme for Deonna Purrazzo plays. Out comes a Vitarosa for our next match of the evening. She and Storms grill each other as they pass by one another on the entrance ramp. Purrazzo settles in the ring, and her music dies down. The theme for her opponent hits. Out comes women's wrestling veteran Madison Rayne. The bell sounds, and we're for sure with this one. We see Rayne actually doing well early on, and then we shift into a mid-match commercial break. When we return, Rayne botches a spot, and the fans get on her case with "you fucked up" chant. Seconds later, Rayne does something that looked awkward. Dr. Sampson hit the apron, thinking she was hurt, but the match continues. Seconds later, Pratsu wins with the leg lock. The doctors immediately scramble to check on Rayne after the match as Storm hits the ring looking for a cheap attack, only for Peraza to deck her. Peraza is then distracted by Mariah May at ringside, allowing Storm to lock in a leg submission on Peraza. So the winner is Deonna Peraza. All right, we have a we hear about Sting and Darby Allin with the measures for the Young Bucks. We shoot to footage of the Young Bucks attack in the white suits that became bloody with Sting's blood, Darby Allin's blood, and the blood of Sting's children, all of them who they attacked 2 weeks ago. We then shoot to a special word from Darby and Sting. Darby shows a photo of Sting in his old NWO Wolfpack days in WCW with his kids when they were younger. Darby talks about how the Bucks kids are about that age now. Sting mentions how no one has ever gone after his family in all of his years as a wrestler. He mentions his dad recently dying. He says he's coming to Revolution to fight. He's gonna give the Bucks the fight of their life. We head to another break. All right, we go to another segment, which is Warlow. Uh, right here it says Warlow is pissed off. When we return from the break, Tony Schiavone is in the ring. He introduces his guest. At the time, Warlow outcomes the Undisputed Kingdom member, and he doesn't look happy. He gets in the ring and tells Schiavone to get out before he knocks him on his ass again. Warlow then rants about how he had fans chanting his name in a way fans haven't heard in wrestling over a decade. He talks about how it's criminal that he hasn't become AEW World Champion yet, being a homegrown star for the promotion. He talks about crushing CM Punk with ease and MGF. He then brings up the current AEW World Champion Samoa Joe. He says he choked his ass out and beat him too. He says, by the way, big fancy custom suits look a hell of a lot better than on him. He says it sounds like he's the best in the world. He's better than you and you know it. He's the most dangerous man in the room. He is the uncrowned king of AW, and it's time he starts eating like one because he has been starving and he's done being fed scraps. He says there is no one who can stop him with anyone who wants to try. Remember, this is no longer wrestling. This is war. Alright, main event time. Mojo, Swerve Strickland, and Brian Cage versus Heyman Page, RVD, and Hook. Alright, we see special post footage of the Bang Bang Scissor Gang after their 12 match last week. They talk about their plans coming up and form a match with the combo of their team for later this week. We then head to another commercial break as Cowboy was our big trios main event. When we return, we hear that Will Ospreay will be live on AEW Dynamite next week. We then see Don Callis backstage with Powerhouse Hobbs and Ospreay's opponent for AEW Revolution 2024. Kenoshi and Takeshita. Callis says he's still in the Don Callis family, and then talks about the Meat Madness match set for AEW Revolution 2024. From there, we head back inside the box center where we hear Hook's theme. The FTW champion makes his way to the ring for our final match of the evening. Pantera's Walk plays next, and now comes wrestling legend Rob Van Dam. Their third partner, Heyman Page, comes out last, and the first team is in the ring. Now the opponents for this trio's bout make their way out. First, Swerve Strickland theme has, and now he comes accompanied by Prince Nana. Good Vias dance. Brian Cage of the Mongol Embassy. Another member of this team is also with him. AEW World Champion Samoa Joe comes out as the third member of their team to chants of Joe, Joe, Joe. The bell sounds that we're officially off and running with this one. The commentators remind us per Tony Khan that they have been given a 5-minute overrun on TBS if they need it tonight in case this match goes long. Joe and Hook kick things off for the respective teams. Joe overpowers him with ease early on. Swerve ends up in the ring for his team. Heyman ends up tagging his way and he immediately gets into a drastic face-off with this long rival, Strickland. The two go at it. And then we head to a mid-match commercial break. When we return, RVD hits the ring and starts doing some of his trademark moves for big pops from the Tulsa crowd. Brian Cage tags in and hits some power spots. Page tags in for the other team again, and he goes to work on Cage. He smiles at Swear on the floor as he climbs to the top rope. Cage and Hook climb up behind them. We see a big avalanche German suplex spot from Hook to Cage, which leads to Heyman being avalanche uh, suplex by Cage. Hook slaps red rum on Cage. Swerve tags in and Hook slaps it on him. Cage powers bombs Hook and Swerve connects call with the house call to Hook. Heyman hits a buckshot lariat to Cage to knock him out. On the floor, Joe and Swerve Heyman are left alone in the ring. They all stare at each other down. Swerve goes for a big kick to Heyman, but he moves and he kicks Joe Heyman, then powerbombs Swerve through the commentary desk for a loud "Holy shit" chant. Um, Back in the ring, we see Joe rolling and getting up to his feet. Heyman flips over the top rope, looks for a buckshot lariat, but Joe sees it coming and counters with a big lariat of his own. RVD hits a slingshot splash onto the floor in the ring. Joe has Heyman up for the muscle buster. Heyman escapes. Hook is standing behind Joe. Joe turns around and Hook launches him with an overhead suplex. RVD hits the top for a 5-star frog splash, but Cage knocks him down. And then he takes out Hook. Joe slaps a choke on RVD. RVD goes out. We see a Swerve staring Joe down from the floor at the finish. Heyman is also shown looking on as Joe holds the AEW World Championship up in the ring. That's how the show started. So the winners are Samoa Joe, Swerve Strickland, and Brian Cage. So yeah, that was a good show tonight. Well, last night. But so yeah. Anyways, it was good. All that stuff. So yeah, that was it. Hope you enjoyed this video. If not, whatever. So like and subscribe, favorite, and all that stuff. So yeah, hope you see. Well, actually, you know what? I'll be doing the reviews early after Rampage is finished and all that stuff. So it'll be SmackDown first, and then AW Rampage last. So yeah, I'll be doing last because um, uh, where I'm at, WWE Elimination Chamber starts at. So the pre-show starts at 3 o'clock at night in the morning at a.m. 3 a.m. and then 4 o'clock will be the main show. So yeah, 4 o'clock. So I don't know what, probably 7 o'clock in the morning it'll finish, or I don't know. But anyways, because you know how the elimination chambers are long. So anyways, yeah, that was it, and hope you enjoyed this video. If not, so like and subscribe, favorite, and all that stuff, blah blah blah. Anyways, that was it for this video, and see you all next time. Laters.